Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I got another one of these. My model of the Celebrity Edge, and it's going front and center. It's been a long time since I added a new ship to my collection, so I'm hoping to get more and more in the next coming months, but I do have some worries. Remember last week when I mentioned that the Carnival Vista announced a small number of COVID cases? Well, we got some more information on that. So yes, Carnival Vista last week left Galveston, Texas, and they reported a small number of passengers tested positive for COVID-19. The trouble is, they didn't say how many passengers. They didn't say how many of anything. They didn't say if they were vaccinated passengers. They didn't say if they were unvaccinated passengers. They didn't say if they were children. They did not say basically anything other than small number of cases, people have been isolated, etc. And I stated at that time, I said, you know what? I think people have the right to know how many people have tested positive on a particular ship. That should not be hidden. That should not be a guesswork, right? And you know me, I'm a complete advocate of starting cruises and keep cruising going, so that this is not me trying to say cruising should stop. But I think people who are cruising right now have the right to know who out there and what ships out there possibly have problems or have an outbreak coming up on board. A small number doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't. Is a small number 5? Is a small number 20? Is a small number 50? What's a small number on a cruise ship? Well, we did have some information come out from Cruise Law News, who is reporting that there's a lot of crew members on board the Carnival Vista who have also tested positive. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second, but just let me invite you to hit that subscribe button real quick. It really does help the channel if you haven't done so already. Doesn't cost a thing. You'll be notified of all the cruise news coming up, and I would really, really appreciate it. Now, Cruise Law News is reporting out that there are reports of 26 crew members who have tested positive currently on the ship right now. And that ship is parked in Belize today. And I saw on the breaking business news in Belize, they're questioning, saying, hey, if there's this many cases on board, why are we letting people off the ship? And see, that's kind of my point of why are we hiding the case counts? And that's my worry. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see the cruise lines as being anything but above board. And when you don't announce the total number of cases and you don't announce that your crew members have come down, that's not above board in my case. That's hiding, and I don't like that at all. And I will call them out for that if this is the case. Carnival Cruise Line hasn't reported the crew members to the media. Cruise Law News has asked them twice, apparently, for a response, and they haven't gotten one yet. Right now, this is, only being reported by Cruise Law News, who say they have two sources of information that's bringing this forward. They say there's 10 crew members from the casino, there's 4 crew members from dining, 4 from entertainment, 2 from the photo area, 2 from housekeeping, 1 from beverages, and 3 unaccounted for of their whereabouts on the ship. And if it's this many cases, should that be considered an outbreak? And should we be told there is a possible outbreak on the ship? And, I don't want to see the ship have to stop. I don't want to see the ship have to quarantine. I know it's currently under investigation for the outbreak by the CDC. It's turned yellow, which means they are going to be investigated. but 26 crew members alone seems like an awful lot, and it might bring into question some of the practices of a cruise line. For instance, Carnival is sailing with the most passenger capacity out of all the other cruise lines. My Celebrity Cruise Line, when I went on Celebrity Edge, it was at 40% capacity. Carnival is trying to set sail at 70% capacity. That's almost double the amount of passengers on a ship. So is that a problem? Could that be an issue? Are we trying to go too fast? Lots of questions should be answered, and that's the reason I don't think there should be any secrecy. I think they need to tell when there's an outbreak. When I was on the Celebrity Edge, they told us 1 outbreak this day, 2 the next day, 1 more the next day, and then 5 the next day. We had 7. But they told us, they let everybody know. Announcing a small number is not letting anybody know. Now, they have to tell the CDC how many people, but the CDC doesn't have to tell us. And I understand the fear of announcing on one ship 26 crew members have come down with the virus. People might want to cancel their cruise next week, right? That's a high possibility. Or the people on the cruise right now might say, I want off and fly back home and I want my money back. I understand that, but I do think it's the passenger's right to know. And I don't want to see any secrecy or hidden, that we can now go back and start thinking, all the naysayers out there that are saying, you know what, look, the cruise lines are hiding from us again. Because safety should be number one no matter what. And I'm not saying they're not acting safely. This could have all been done. They could have been isolated. There's no issue spreading, going anywhere. Everything's done properly and it's going to be over. They could all be asymptomatic. The trouble is we don't know. And they haven't said anything, and it makes it look like they're hiding. I really hope this story turns out not to be true, but normally when I hear it from Cruise Law News, they really do double check their sources, and so I do believe that they will, this will come out at some point. Hopefully, we don't start thinking of the cruise lines as hiding information from us. That is probably the worst thing that could happen for consumer confidence in cruising and for our trust in the cruise lines, right? Don't hide information from us that we should be using to make a decision on whether or not we want to cruise on your cruise line, and whether or not we feel your cruise line is holding up the safety element that we feel safe cruising with. Don't hide anything. Let us know. So yeah, I'll keep you informed if anything else breaks in the near future. I know Belize news was really questioning it, and I imagine their next couple stops in Mexico might be questioned as well. If anything else happens, I'll let you know. And in the meantime, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.